Tampa Bay. RG, let me be among the first to welcome you to my house.
This is your house.
This is my house.
Yes, sir.
Here in Tampa Bay. As we get ready for the house calls of the year.
Ooh.
The best house calls all season long. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready to go. Let's get it going.
Let's fire this thing up, man. You know how we do it. We talk about the guys that get in the end zone. Josh Allen. How about Rashawn Jenkins coming off? He's having a great year. The blitz, the sack fumble, RG. He knocks it out.
Oh, and Josh Allen picks it up.
He's Johnny on the spot.
This Josh Allen.
Yes, this Josh Allen.
He goes out there trying to get fancy like Applebee's, runs it all the way back to the house. Oh, my goodness. But we got this one. The infamous, why did they do that play? The Patriots going to the Raiders. Game is tied.
Oh,
Jacoby
no.
Myers says, here you go, Mac Jones.
Oh, no.
Chandler Jones says, give me them cookies. Get off me, little man.
Hey, how about the stiff arm on Mac Jones? How you got to love that one?
Oh, my God. 5'5".
That's how we treat quarterbacks, right there.
Oh,
that's how we treat quarterbacks.
Hey, that's wrong, bro. I'm a quarterback right here.
Oh, RG, I love this one. Tyler Huntley, first of all, you shouldn't reach the football. But then my big man, Sam Hubbard. This is what it looks like when a big man runs and gets out of oxygen. And right now, that piano is on his back.
Hey, Book, we call that a thick 6'5", 265, running it all the way back.
The longest one in playoff history.
Playoff history?
Yes.
Oh, Ravens, man.
I see you, big fella. Shout out.
He needed oxygen. Then we got the Chiefs. Willie Gay, Russell Wilson. He's going to try to get it over him, but oh, no. He didn't throw it high enough.
That's when I knew the ride was over.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, let's ride ended right there.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that. What a play by Willie Gay. The stiff arm was nasty. Why are we doing quarterbacks like this? Why am I on this segment when y'all just keep embarrassing us, man?
And how about this one? The house call of the year, the emotion. I mean, do we need to say anything?
Oh, I mean, this was a thing of beauty. It just felt like a storybook ending or beginning to their playoff run. After everything that happened with DeMar Hamlin, first play of the game, Nyheim Hines runs it back for a touchdown on the kickoff. Unbelievable moment.
I felt like I was watching a movie, and right now I feel like I'm in a movie here in Tampa. Again, how are we doing out here? Susie, you gotta love this atmosphere. Let's go!
So, Boog, if this is your house, I hear you've got a big boat. Actually, more like a ship, a pirate ship. Part of the pregame tradition here started a few years ago. This giant pirate ship rolls on in, comes on down the street, and eventually it's going to land here at Bucks Beach. What do we think?
I heard folks. Is it going to be? Oh, it's got a different boat?
Iconic part of the team's identity, and there'll be pirate booty for all the fans. Looking forward to that. A break from the beach off to Buffalo. The Bills' big favorites over the banged-up Dolphins. Buffalo up big early, but Miami took advantage of the Bills' mistakes. Josh Allen, 2 picks and a lost fumble. And with the strip, sack, fumble, scoop, and score, Miami took the lead. You know, Boog loves the big guys in the end zone, but Josh Allen also had his spectacular throws, the beauty to Gabe Davis. Buffalo holds on for the 3-point win.
I give our guys credit, man. They hung in there and they figured out a way to get a win, and that's what I think one of the things they've been really good at this year. But we definitely have a lot to take out of this game and learn from.
We've got some work to do. The playoffs are survive in advance, but it's 1 week season from here on out. And our ultimate goal is to win a world championship. So until we get to that point, then we'll be satisfied. But obviously, I didn't do a great job tonight of ball protection and put our defense in some bad situations. But they stepped up huge for us tonight. I thought guys made some plays and allowed us to win a game. And it's survived in advance right now.
Bill's 5th game with 3 or more turnovers. So you sort of have to ask, is it aggressive? Or is it reckless? How concerned are you with the Bills moving forward, Robert?
Well, Susie, I'm a little concerned because anytime you only beat a Miami Dolphins team that's playing their QB3 by 3 points, it's a little alarming.
Shout out to the Dolphins, by the way.
Shout out to the Dolphins, 100%. But at the end of the day, it was the Bills, when their self-inflicted wounds, that kept the Dolphins in it. They're up 17-3. They run the ball for 9 yards and 13 yards in back-to-back plays with James Cook, and then they take a shot down the field to John Brown for no apparent reason. They were trying to go for the jugular. And at some point, Ken Dorsey has to understand that Josh Allen is going to play every play like it's his last play. And sometimes Superman has to be Superman when it's time to be Superman. Sometimes Josh Allen just has to be Clark Kent. Hand the ball off in certain moments, because it was them constantly going for the jugular that made them allow the Dolphins to climb back into the football game. And when they play teams like the Chiefs, and the Bengals, who can match them quarterback for quarterback and player for player, those mistakes are going to be the difference in the game.
The difference, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, and I see it. It's reared its head with Josh Allen. We've talked about it as the season's gone on, but let's not forget this guy's playoffs numbers. I mean, he's thrown 17 touchdowns and 3 picks on his career in the playoffs. Like, this guy, I think, understands
pretty good.
on the biggest stage that he has to take care of the football. They didn't play their best game, and they still won. And, in fact, I even think that, for me, it even makes me more bullish about him. I think this is something that can be a bit of a wake-up call and a learning experience for Josh, but I think it really propel them.
I will say, we've seen this theme throughout the year. Him pulling it off somehow, but being a little reckless, it felt like.
Yeah.
And so I think we're talking about Josh Allen, we're talking about Justin Herbert, we're talking about Joe Burrow, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes. These are the elite players in the AFC.
Yes.
And how do I compare those guys? And Josh is as sound as anybody, but the difference could be that recklessness that you need to be careful of. All I would say is that I, as a guy that can run around and do some things as well, sometimes I needed a governor to help me out. If we're up by 14, we'll call it the 2-score offense. When we're up by 2 scores, these are the plays we're going to run. We're not going to, and Josh, you're not going to end up doing anything that we really want. No heroics. This is what we want to do to kind of calm things down and keep him from maybe trying to do too much, because in the end, they can't change it. They have ridden him all the way to the bank, and they're going to have to go that way.
I hear you, and you could put the governor on him against Skylar Thompson and the third-string quarterback for the Dolphins, but he's playing Joe Burrow this week, and they need to let him rip. And if he wins that, he's probably playing against Patrick Mahomes, and they need to let him rip. So at this point, I think you put more gas on that fire, man. Let's get this thing going.
All right, Bills-Bengals next. And Adam, what can you tell us about the future for the Dolphins and Tua?
Well, listen, they're planning to have him back next year. They're expecting him to be back. And they spoke today, and they said that Tua's gone through a lot of examinations with doctors, and doctors have told them that he's not at any more risk for a concussion than another player, which is hard to imagine, but that's what the doctors have said, and they are planning to have him back as the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins in 2023.
All right, that is good news. And for the beach, but we're good.
A little colder than I thought it would be.
Alex, at the top of the show, we started by talking about how big the stakes are tonight.
Yep.
How would you describe the magnitude of this game for the Cowboys?
Honestly, Susie, it's hard to even put into words. Like, just think about the Cowboys. They won 12 games last year and lost in the wild card round. They won 12 games again this year, right? Like, can they take the next step? They've won more games in the last 2 years than any team in the NFC, but you have nothing to show for it. And surrounding them yet, here they are, the winningest team in the conference. We got questions about the head coach's future, right? All of a sudden, we're questioning Dak's ability, right? I mean, Dan Orlovsky, our own Dan Orlovsky, had him like ranked 12th out of 14 QBs going into the playoffs. Like, that's almost unfathomable for me how we've gotten here despite their success in the regular season. And this is the stage where they can either confirm or rewrite all of that.
How does he carry that pressure?
I think he's built for it because he's got the star on his helmet and he does it every single week.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is a team that they are literally playing on primetime week in and week out. And I even think they relish it a little bit. I even think the Week 18 dud against the Commanders was a little bit of that effect. We're not on prime time.
Really?
This game doesn't really matter, and they kind of laid an egg. Yeah.
Okay, well.
He's got to be able to rely on the run game tonight.
100%, Susie. Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard. This vaunted running game has not averaged more than 4 yards per carry since December 11th. If Dak's going to get out of his rut, the turnover bug, they got to lean on these guys. And as you guys talked about this, Dak's 14 of his 15 interceptions this year have come on plays that are not play-action pass. So if they can play-action pass and run the ball effectively, that's going to help them eliminate all the pressure that's on this man right here that you see on your screen.
They've got to be able to get him into a rhythm, especially after last week's performance. Got to be able to get him into a rhythm early.
No doubt. Certainly a ton of the pressure's on Dallas, right? Like, they have Super Bowl expectations. I mean, Jerry Jones, he's put it out there. I agree. The trials and adversity that Dak has had, the picks, the pick sixes, I think it's going to be important for get him a couple completions, get him going.
All right, we've got tons to get to on this matchup, but let's go.